You've seen that clip of Chappelle when he first came back and he was in I think he was at a comedy store in London, the London comedy store, which has no affiliation to ours. But there's like a real low ceiling and his eyes are you can't really see much, like the spot is really bright. And some guy in the back is yelling, he's like, you can't smoke, you can't smoke. And he's like, what? He's like, you can't smoke. Chappelle's like, no, motherfucker, you can't smoke in here. He just keeps ripping him like nothing ever happened. It was great. The crowd went apeshit. They fucking lost it. It's true. Some people can smoke inside.
Some people can smoke. He smokes?
He smokes inside everywhere. He still comes to the comedy store and smokes inside. Who's going to say
How long
something?
does he do, like 2 hours?
The last time I saw him at the club, it was maybe 2 and some change.
I used to fucking do 2 hours. I couldn't beg for my fucking life for 2 hours.
Yes,
I'd be like, motherfucker, just kill me, man. 45, 50 minutes,
2 hours is
10.
nuts to
2
me.
hours, forget. And I would do 2 hours, and I would do an hour 45.
Yeah.
Fuck. And big places, they would be like, what are you going to do, man? I said, set the clock at hour 45 or an hour 30.
Yeah.
And I'll get off at hour 45. I did a fucking live HBO special, 85 minutes.
That's so
live.
much.
I couldn't do it again.
That's so much to do for a special. Because for a special, your energy's through the roof. You're doing so much more than you need to do when you do a special because your mind is racing. Like, you're overthinking all of the bits, making sure that all the puzzle pieces. When you're doing a live show, I go long on shows just if you're having fun.
Right.
But in a special mindset, your brain is like, I need to knock out these things.
And they told me you have to be done between 85 and 90 or else guess what happens? I go, what? They fucking... go to fucking
they cut somewhere else.
Baker with Robert Redford. But it's a lot. I did them live because I thought, how can you make stand-up like more risky?
Yeah.
And I said, you know how you can? You do a special live.
Yeah, it is.
Where I don't think you could do it now because motherfuckers would be in there trying to fuck with you.
Yeah, also...
There's no respect.
Yeah, with the internet now.
Yeah.
So it's just, the game is different on where specials go.
Mm-hmm.
So live was like, it was a must-see event. Like, people had to go watch it. Now the internet is like, I'll see it whenever I'm ready.
I know.
Yeah, it's up to the audience now, which is kind of... it's good, but you have almost no control on programming. When somebody's like, it comes out Wednesday, and people are like, no, it doesn't. Comes out whenever I watch it.
That's right.
In people's mind, they're like, it comes out when I need to see it.
And then they look at ratings like 3 and 7 days or 14 days.
Oh, yeah.
Where before, it was solely like when my show started, just on TV. There wasn't streaming. There wasn't, even that was the beginning of reality TV.
Yeah. That's wild.
I don't know, maybe just me because I'm not in the business at all, but it seems that all the good specials.
Yeah, but you dress like you're in the business, fucking grumpy old man, motherfucker. You going fucking fishing with Gustafson after the show? Gustafson!
You old putz!
They, all the good...
They taking a skin boat to
Tuna Town. I love that.
All the good, the big comedians, they did the special, started coming out, and everybody wanted to watch them. Now it just seems like they have, maybe I'm getting older, they have more specials.
It's like when you go to the...
With less known comedians.
It's like when you go, would you like to try our specials today? What are they? Fried chicken and a hamburger? The fucking specials every day. Wow,
they're not special.
They're not special.
Yeah, they're not special. And the comedians they're using are not that... I don't want to say they're not that good. They're just not.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
That is what you're fucking
That's
saying.
what he's saying. Say it.
Hey, I'm not the one that got shot at by one of his own men. All right, so last week
was out.
Last week the dude shot. He was a cop,
right?
He was a chip. He was a chippy.
I don't remember.
The dude didn't shoot you when you had pulled a gun on the guy.
Oh, that was on the show. Yeah. Shit, that was years ago. Yeah. He was.
He caught the Night Stalker, right?
He was.
Wait, who did?
Gil.
You did?
So Gil was a sheriff. So he. Let's go through the whole thing or what?
No,
it's pretty good. So he was on the streets and up in East LA in that area up there, Hacienda Heights, and a cop said, "Hey man, did I do it to your parents?" And said, "This kid either gets off the street or he's gonna end up dead, and they're gonna go fucking somewhere." And he went to Vietnam. He fucking went to Vietnam.
Yeah. Jesus. I was 17. They signed. He signed for me to get off the streets. So he was going to end up in prison or dead.
Vietnam, man.
And so then I ended up in Vietnam. Come back and things turned around. It was all good. It's been a good life since.
How long were you in Vietnam?
I was there for a year.
Is that what a tour was, a year?
Tour was a year. And those chicken shits in the Army, they sent me back on emergency leave. in January, my grandmother passed away.
Huh.
And my grandmother passed away, and my sister was a good liar on her feet because they went and they told the Red Cross, hey, can you let him know his grandmother
Red
passed
Cross.
away? And so they said, yes, but you understand, unless the grandmother had raised him, that won't allow him to come back for the funeral. And she said, well, that's the only reason I'm here telling you is because she did raise him.
Wow.
Well, my grandma never raised me. And so they sent word back to my unit. My unit then says, okay.
And that's all you needed was word back then? You didn't need to say,
Yeah.
Now you need a death certificate.
Right.
Yeah, no, they just said, hey, we got this news for you. Your grandmother died. And we had the shit shot out of us the night before. We're going back to pick up parts. And they said, hey, come in here. The first pig wants to talk to you. Hey, do you know Julia Castro? I said, yes. They said, well, we're here to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm just telling my family.
From the time I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know how we started doing this, but if somebody was talking about a girl, I would say, does she have big titties?
Yeah.
But this is I'm 60 years old. This is from the time I was 11. And they would pull me out of the class. They'd get me like this. Outside. I heard you outside.
That's a real question.
But
It's a legitimate question.
Finally.
Yeah.
He's got me saying it now.
And
I do too.
And if I don't do it, it's gonna end the longest streak that I think, other than longer than that, like 11. But I mean,
so they sent me home.
that's what
They told you she was dead.
They said you want to go home, and I'm saying I'm biting myself on the cheek on the inside. Like, yes, I want to go home.
Yeah.
So they sent me home, and they said, we've got your personnel files right here. We pulled them all out because you've only got another month left in country. Probably won't send you back to finish that 1 month in country. So they send me back with all my papers. I went back. I remember my mom cried. She found my personnel jacket because it was in with my dirty clothes. She couldn't wash my clothes. She found it. She started reading them, and she didn't realize I had lied to everybody back here. They never knew I was in combat. What I was doing. And now they've got this stuff. And they're reading their medals and so now, I said, Mom, it's okay. I don't have to go back. I'm done. They're not going to send me back. Then I get this fucking letter. It says, no, you got to go back. They made me go back for another month.
Shit.
They made me go back.
They made you do the whole 12 months?
They made me do the whole 12 months. They sent me back to Vietnam, give me in another month. I was due to come back February. I got there first week of February, 1968, right at the beginning of the Tet Offensive. So I'm due to come back the first week of February, and instead they held me there till March.
Damn.
You know what, man? I don't know what I would do. I mean, I love this country, but I'm not sure what I would do. Like, I'm not made for.
No. You were in a camo jacket too.
It just,
He doesn't want to admit it. He's a reserve. He's in the National Guard.
Yeah, I'm still in ROTC. I think I'm just in the.
but ROTC was kind of like the minor leagues for the military.
Yeah.
They get you in school.
Farm league. Yeah,
And
my
you're marching
roommate.
on the football field and shit while everybody's out there talking to chicks at lunch.